What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news for you. Some new news concerning Floyd Mayweather Jr. Money has made statements about certain fighters that are active, and he's said a lot of things. So let's get to it. Floyd made a comment to Fight Hype stating that he thinks Kovalev beat Andre Ward. You know, and Virgil Hunter is not a good trainer because Virgil Hunter was never a fighter. Well, you know, what I say to that, that is actually quite surprising because I always thought Mayweather was a fighter that pulled the race card. However, now I just know he pulled the race card only concerning himself, not in this particular situation, because, you know, this is clearly, you know, a quote-unquote white guy versus a black guy. So, you know, but there is an angle. The angle to this is the reason why Floyd Mayweather has came out and said that he feels Andre Ward lost. You know, everyone's entitled to his own opinion, just like he says. However, I think it's a little deeper than that. You know, when anytime Floyd will always look at himself active or inactive, because he's been retired twice already. He always looks at himself or regards himself as the best. Okay, and that's in any era. So when anybody tries to challenge that, such as Andre Ward or Gennady Golovkin, he will have something negative or derogatory to say. Okay, it makes perfect sense. You know, when Golovkin, everyone views him when he was a potential challenger for Mayweather. What does Floyd do? He doesn't fight him, he just degrades him. When Manny Pacquiao 5 or 6 years ago was the guy that was quoted or voted fighter of the decade, of course he had something derogatory to say, because of course that Floyd considered himself the fighter of the decade. You know, just like Andre Ward. Andre Ward now, you know, he puts himself on this pedestal of, or is considered the #1 pound for pound because he decisioned Kovalev. You know, Floyd would not want him to get that particular, you know, those graces, you know, or those accolades, you know. So of course he would say, no, I think Kovalev won, you know, instead of Andre Ward, you know, and then throw it on the trainer, you know. But really the angle is to this particular situation is the fact that Floyd does not want Andre Ward to come anywhere near his pedestal, you know, because anytime you come anywhere near Floyd Mayweather's pedestal or pedigree, he will find a way to chop you down, and he's doing that in this particular situation by attacking Ward, by attacking his trainer, you know, by stating that he thinks that Andre Ward didn't win against Kovalev, you know what I mean? But nothing was said until now. That fight has been over. That fight happened last year, okay? You know, that fight is what, 2 months ago now, you know? Yeah, that fight's almost 2 months old. So now he comes with a statement saying, oh, I think Kovalev beat Ward. You know, why all of a sudden do you think Kovalev beat Ward? You didn't hear anything about Floyd Mayweather stating that directly after the fight happened, like Stephen A. Smith, you know, like Hoop Jab, like Max Kellerman, you know, like Roy Jones Jr. Like a lot of these guys, these ex-boxers or commentators, they've already gave their thoughts on the fight. Why is it that Floyd Mayweather now is making this statement as of yesterday or a couple of days ago? You know, so it just makes me wonder. You know, I scratch my head on these type things because I'm like, okay, why didn't you say that when the fight just happened? So that tells me that I don't think it was actually his honest opinion that he think Andre Ward lost. I think it was the fact that when people started saying that Andre Ward was #1 pound for pound, I think he got a little jelly. I do believe he got a little jealous. You know, and now he wants to throw salt or throw Andre Ward under the bus by attacking the trainer. You know, and that's what I think about it. You know, I look at it non-biased. I always look for angles and ask the reasons why fighters say things. Because Floyd might say he's retired, okay, which he is officially retired. However, you know, he's still making negotiations trying to fight guys like Conor McGregor because, again, Floyd is all about the money, okay? He's all about the money. He will always be about the money. You know, so he's the one of the best businessmen in the sport of boxing. But in my opinion, I don't consider Floyd Mayweather's pound for pound just because his record is perfect. He hasn't never fought the guys that beat him. He always fought a dude who was always slow or always missed a step You know, not saying that he was a great prodigy when he was considered Pretty Boy, or when he was with Arum, you know, and Arum, you know, I'm gonna hit him in here in a second. But when he was with Arum and when he was Pretty Boy, Floyd Mayweather Jr., he was a ferocious beast. He was a savage. I am a fan of Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather. I am not a fan of Floyd. Floyd is like a reincarnation of a bitter Pretty Boy. That's what he is, you know, because when Pretty Boy Floyd wanted the fights, like Terrence Crawford deserves them right now. Now I'm getting on Arum. You know, there's a reason why Floyd left Arum. But when he left Arum, he became overly arrogant, you know, and outspoken, which is nothing wrong with being outspoken, but arrogance. And he just became greedy, but he became more of a businessman. He didn't want to take on those fights like he did early in his career, you know. But that bitterness was developed and brewed from Bob Arum. Bob Arum didn't give Floyd the limelight that he felt that he deserved. And it looks like Bob Arum's doing the same thing with the Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. He's doing the same thing with TC, you know. Terrence Bud Crawford deserves the limelight now. He hasn't been beat. He's fought some of the best fighters at 140, 135, and he's done that. You know, he's beat Gamboa. He's beat Postal. You know, he's beat these guys that he didn't even supposed to beat. And then coming from Omaha, Nebraska, you can't knock the man from where he's from. You know, he's a hometown boy. You know, he's humble. You know, and then most importantly, what Bob Arum fails to realize is that he's loyal. Okay. Terrence Crawford is loyal. He stated after his last victory, he said, hey, I don't pick the fights. I leave that to my promoter. I'm just a fighter. You know what I mean? But pretty soon, when he keeps getting lowballed and unappreciated like Bob Arum's doing him, you know, he will lash out on his own. Because Bob Arum, if he should have learned anything about the fight game, about his fighters, he should have learned to take care of his fighters, not just Manny Pacquiao or Oscar De La Hoya like he had, okay? Because those are the fighters that he catered to when you had other fighters that were just as good, that could be marketed just as great, just like Floyd Mayweather has. So Bob Arum is making the same mistake he made with Floyd Mayweather, you know. But back to Floyd Mayweather, that was the particular reason that he doesn't. That's the reason he made the statement about Andre Ward, you know, by attacking his trainer. And, you know, and for a guy that has retired twice in the sport of boxing, do you think that he's actually ever not going to get in the ring? He's going to get back in the ring because he loves money, right? You know, so yes, he's retired as of now, but don't think he's going to stay retired. He's coming back. He's going to fight some clown like Conor McGregor, and I call him a clown because he has no business being in there with Floyd Mayweather. I don't care if Floyd Mayweather's 45, dude. You know what I mean? Floyd didn't take a lot of punishment. The only punishment that Floyd took was his pockets and his fists, okay? Because he has bad, brittle hands. You know, but if he wants to fight someone worth something, fight Lara, fight Thurman, fight Porter, you know, fight someone, fight Canelo again. Canelo will take that fight just like that because it's the creme de la creme of boxing. It's Floyd Mayweather. But he's going to go for the money. He's going to fight Conor McGregor, you know, and a lot of UFC guys and a lot of UFC fans will buy that, you know, and he will make a lot of money just by embarrassing Conor McGregor because Conor McGregor is not a boxer. He's an MMA fighter, you know. So that's my take on it, guys. Make of it what you will. Leave your comments, concerns below. Check out my Facebook page, Counterpunch Boxing News. But you've been counterpunched. Peace.